So guys, the Kaspa price just formed this inverse head and shoulders, and it's breaking out to the upside right now. Is the Kaspa price gonna reach a target all the way up around here, around 6 cents in this case? Or is the Kaspa price going to get rejected on this or new previous all-time highs using this resistance? So we have here resistance, rejection, new all-time high, resistance, rejection, new all-time high, another rejection here. Is Kaspa gonna get another rejection here and then pull back as it's most likely indicating on the charts right here? So stay tuned guys for this Kaspa price technical analysis YouTube video, because we're gonna go through what are the most likely outcomes based on what we're seeing here, guys. And yeah, guys, let's get started, guys. So hi guys, so welcome to Crypto Solutions, here to help you make the best decisions in cryptocurrency and the cryptocurrency technical analysis. In today's Kaspa technical analysis YouTube video, guys, leave a like, comment, and share this YouTube video with your friends. Also, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crypto Solutions, if you have subscribed yet, guys. And also, thank you so much for your great support, guys. And if you need help in the cryptocurrency market, following the markets for any like midterm trading opportunities, like long-term, short-term, when I'm looking to buy cryptos I hold, bottom indicators, top indicators for Bitcoin in the long term, and any additional questions I can help you with in the cryptocurrency market, you can click the link on the bottom right corner, patreon.com/cryptosolutions. It is on the description on this video. So see you there, guys, and thank you so much for your support. It's very affordable, and let's get started, guys. So guys, for the Kaspa price, guys, so here going on the 1 weekly, as I mentioned on the start of this video, so we see like Kaspa is not making new all-time highs that substantial. Like if you see here, I'm gonna delete this just a moment so you can see what I mean here. So if you go by just this new all-time highs, you can see that the Kaspa price here was this was an all-time high. So when it finally broke out, it did make a new all-time high by a little bit. Then it pulled back below the all-time high. Then again, try one more all-time high. It did on this wick by a little bit again, because we have 1 and then 2 and then 3 and then again pulled back. Again, it pulled back in this case. Now it's making another new all-time high in that case by a little bit in this case. So we're following this trend line right here, which is resistance here, 2 resistances here, and 3rd resistance here, and the next resistance will be around here, 0.055152 cents in this week. For next week, it will be here, 0.057412 cents in this case. So Kaspa is just wants to keep making new all-time highs without pulling back, and it doesn't matter the market. It doesn't have to, but most of the times that's what happens with assets and charts, you know. So if you're gonna make a new all-time high like this, you need a pullback, and that's why each time it makes a new all-time high is by a little bit, because yes, it did pull back here very drastically, but it did rebound too fast. And then by doing that very quickly, usually it would indicate new all-time high by not a lot, because it didn't take its time to get there. And that's one of the tentacles. And again, another pullback by a little bit, and then rapidly rebounded, made a new all-time high by a little bit. And that's also another reason why it's not making like new substantial new all-time highs, like something like this, like whoa, something like this, because it is pulling back. In this case, it did pull back drastically, but rebounded too fast. And when that happens, usually it shows that it's gonna most likely not sustain that movement for that long. And it did happen, new all-time high, then pull back, and then here it then rebounded too quickly again, made a new all-time high still by a little bit again, but still then pulled back even even less than before in that case, and then made a new all-time high here again. And so far right now it's by a little bit. Okay, so right now, just by looking at the structures here, it will keep making new all-time highs at this moment by little percentages in that case. because you can see here, guys, usually when Kaspa wants to keep making those new all-time highs in more of a substantial way, usually we have, in this case, we had a 74% pullback, and that's where we got from there to here to a 27x. So 2,721%, so that's a 27x. And then after that massive movement, pullback 76%, and that's a lot. And then from there, going here, 652% in that case. And then after making that movement, not only making the percentage gain, but how fast it did that. That's another layer to it, because it's also not, also the pullback is not enough, but you also have to give it some time, like to consolidate it, to reset those RSIs. And that's on two very important details. After that pullback, let's see here. So we had a pullback here quickly, guys, here to here, 57% in this case. And then from a 57% pullback, it then produced a 916% pump. And you can see the diminishing returns in this case, and 9x, which is also very good. Then after that 9x, we had a 72% pullback in that case. And then in this case, we're having from here to here, the new all-time high in this range, 333%. If we extend it to the next one, 351%. And now to the next one here, 360%. So you can see that at this moment, just using, previous past in this case, which doesn't guarantee your future every single time, but it does relate most of the times, and it's like a repetition of the same thing over and over again most of the times. Well, still it's a 360% pump, so it's a 3x. So like I have been mentioning, still Kaspa looks gassed out, as you can see, because usually you see those 70% plus pullbacks, 57% here. And in this case, it's interesting. It's the first time it does this, because of course Kaspa doesn't have a lot of years of history to determine with more accuracy. We're using what we have at this moment. So the more data we have, the more accurate we can be in the future. So here we had a 38% pullback, and then, which is the lowest it has pulled back in all of its history before making a new all-time high by 68%. Okay, not even a 100% based on previous action. And you can see the less pullback and the more rapid it pumps and tries to make new all-time highs, the lower the chance it's gonna be a new all-time high with a substantial new all-time high in that case. And then after making a new little all-time high here, pulled back 24%, even less. So it's like shrinking every time. But that pullback, it's shrinking every single move it tries to make. But at the same time, the less the pullback, the less the pump. As you can see, 34% at this moment in that case. So, and not only that, guys, but that's where we're gonna use the RSI. The second strong reason this is not making new substantial all-time highs is because we have a high here, high here, high here, using this here, and now potential high here. And we can see from here, lower high, high, lower high, lower high, and lower high. So this RSI is also heavily contributing for Kaspa not producing a new substantial all-time high at this moment in that case. Because again, we're having bearish divergences on a weekly. Like this is not an hourly, this is not a daily, this is a weekly. And if we go to the 2 weekly, let's see here, 2 weekly. So, oh, look at that. So now it's invalidating this bearish divergence potentially if it closes where it's at right now in that case. But still, it invalidates this one, but it doesn't invalidate this one. So still, it's forming a substantial bearish divergence still at this moment. So if we go to the 5 daily here, let's see. 5 daily, still also producing lower momentum waves here. And let's go to the 4 daily. The same thing in that case. Again, still lower highs here. And the 3 daily, let's see here. 3 daily still lower highs. And 2 daily, let's see. 2 daily still also. 1 daily, let's see. Yeah, still forming lower highs in that case, which is, yeah, those are bearish divergences. And this daily is not that substantial in that case, because you can see here, guys, you can see the effects. So here we have this high, higher high, but when we go here, lower highs, and you can see that the price pulled back and made that downtrend. And the higher the time frame, the more harsh the pullback it will be. The less the time frame, the more light it will be in that case, the less of a pullback, bearish divergences, okay? So that's why using that, it is, yeah, telling me that, again, this is already mostly gassed out. And it's like Kaspa right now, it's like Kaspa knows it has to pull back, but at the same time, it's like a stubborn person. Like it knows it has to pull back inevitably, but it keeps like trying to keep pushing a little bit more before the inevitable pullback. So when I'm seeing this, like this type of consolidation, I mean, without having a proper pullback, like little pullbacks like this, and then trying to maintain that North-time highs without technical analysis, proper consolidation, it does tell me that when it does start to pull back, it's gonna be even faster. So it's gonna be very volatile, because this is spending too much time making North-time highs by just not in a proper way. And the reason why I say proper is because it's not typical for the cryptocurrency to do this in that case. Like in most cases, even Bitcoin, it will not make moves like this. Like, it's insane what's Kaspa doing right now. Literally, I have covered so many cryptocurrencies, and even Bitcoin. And this is so weird to see, literally so weird, because it's literally trying to make North-time highs by not pulling back properly and trying to rebound quickly out of that recent pullback without more consolidation. And that's not good for like continuation to the upside. That indicates that it gets even more likely at any moment now it can have a huge pullback. Yes, technically speaking, also, if we use like Fibonacci retracements, which is one of part of the technicals, it's indicating a little bit more upside. But based on both, which one do I which do I use more? RSI, percentage pullbacks, and the time it takes to do those movements. Those are more important. So if we use the yellow lines, like I like to use in that case, I can see that like I already mentioned before, guys, it's very interesting, because when I covered that, when it goes above this yellow line, buy, below the yellow line, sell, above the yellow line, buy, below the yellow line, sell, above the yellow line, buy, below the yellow line, sell, above the yellow line, buy, below the yellow line, sell. Well, it's very interesting, because since I started covering that yellow line, which was around here, like around here, for some reason now, out of nowhere, Kaspa is not having those huge pullbacks. It's rebounding a little bit more quicker than, it's the first time it does that, which has a very low chance of doing that, but it did. Then pumped, closed below that yellow line, and and then rebounded. So it's like, it's very interesting, because as soon as I covered that for the first time, then now when Kaspa closes below those yellow lines, now it's not having those huge pullbacks, which historically does. It's like, it's funny, because this is my theory. I'm not saying that this is true, but I found it like interesting that when I start covering this yellow line, now it does the opposite of what it has done, or based on the previous all-time history for the Kaspa price. So usually, like I mentioned before, when we see a closure below that yellow lines, again, we see huge pullbacks, like you see here. It says, okay, not that one. We're gonna go here quickly, guys. Okay, so we're gonna go here again. If we use those yellow lines on this one here, below the yellow line, 54% pullback. Below the yellow line, 24% pullback using from this range in that case. Let's see here. From here, 52% in that case. And let's see here. From here, boom, 10%. And let's see here, a fake out. This is the first fake out Kaspa has done in its history for this yellow line in that case, using this 8 simple moving average, because every single time it closes a closure below that yellow line, it usually retraces to the light blue line in that case. And here, boom, and here, boom. And in this case, it didn't do it here for the first time when I cover it. So it's like very interesting here, boom. And then closure didn't, first fake out. So we're having like first time things happening here for the Kaspa price, but because it's not having those pullbacks, again, I don't see Kaspa price making substantial north time highs. What I do see here is a rejection here, using this trend line, a rejection here, and then pulling back from there, okay? That's what I'm expecting. And technically speaking, also, we're seeing that in that case because of the trend line here. Clearly, this is technicals, boom. And again, percentage pullbacks are not that deep, and fast recoveries without having proper pullbacks and proper consolidation leads to more gassing out. Okay, that's what technically speaking it indicates most of the times in that case. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about the patterns we're seeing on the short term in that case. Okay, so here I'm gonna close some lines here. So using this in that case, so I did mention, guys, on my previous video for the Kaspa price, when the Kaspa price closes in this case 2 to 4 daily body candle closes above the 0.76 Fibonacci trace, and now we're gonna experience a north time high with a very high chance. And that's what happened here, because we have in that case 1, 2 fake out, 1, 2, 3 fake out, and then 1, 2, 3 follow through. Okay, and now we're making north time highs right now in that case. Okay, and not only that, guys, but I also found this massive inversion in shoulders in that case. At the same time, I'm kind of like considering if this is a proper inversion in shoulders, because usually it's round like this one, the head, but this movement here, usually it's more something like this to make it more valid in that case, because this can just be a normal price movement in that case, but it kind of looks like a inversion in shoulders in that case. And now we're seeing the pump in that case. So potentially we're gonna get a rejection most likely here, and from here we're gonna see how the Kaspa price reacts, because if the Kaspa price can close above this daily, a daily, let's say 2 to 4 daily body candle closes above here, that's where we can expect more north time highs in that case, a continuation to the upside. Okay, and if it can't, gets a rejection, then we're gonna go back here, 0.052 cents. That doesn't hold, next one here, 0.0519 cents, and from there we will evaluate. But if it doesn't hold here, it's gonna keep going lower in summary. But if we're using, in this case, the Fibonacci tracing, which is also a good way to determine that in that case, then net support, okay, so support in that case would be this range here, 0.0527 cents in this case, if it gets rejected from where it's at right now. And then net support in that case would be here, 0.050 cents, which is the 0.76 Fibonacci trace in here in that case, okay? So again, still we're forming lower highs in the RSI. Even if we're making a North time high here, I'm expecting a low, again, not a substantial North time high in that case, like I mentioned, because as you can see here, guys, it did make a North time high here. Okay, just using this wick, we can go here, 21%, and then 26%, and then now 30%. So again, it's showing a lot of weakness. Like we're having like North time highs and then going below the previous North time high, making a North time high and then going below both North time highs, and now we're making another North time high. And my expectation in that case is again having another rejection coming back here, okay? Because usually for the Kaspa price to continue a very good uptrend, again, it doesn't have to, but most of the times it did pull back at least more than 50% in that case before making new substantial North time highs in that case, like I already showed you before, okay? So if you're looking this as an inverse head and shoulders in that case, if you're looking at that way, I'm kind of iffy at that moment because it kind of looks like both not and yes. But if you're looking like it's an inverse head and shoulders, then the next target would be a 0.064 cents in that case, okay? And that will have confluence with this 1.618 Fibonacci extension. And what that means is when we have this lines pull back, when it breaks out of this lines to the upside in that case, usually it goes to this 1.618 Fibonacci extension, okay? If it can hold this support right now, which is 0.0539 cents, which is the previous all-time high at this moment in that case. So, right, and also, if you're using this asymmetrical triangle in that case, then this would be like this, okay? This will be the target. That would be 0.057 cents. For me, it makes more sense for this one because it's confirmed in that case. And that will give you a target of around 0.057 cents. And that has confluence again with the getting rejected in that case from here, 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 and here. That would make a lot of sense in that case. So based on the inverse head and shoulders and asymmetrical triangle, I will look more for this target to be met, 0.057 cents. We're already mostly there already. So technically speaking, it has fulfilled most of the movement. So technically speaking, it did already kind of made most of the movement in that case. So it did make the movement, okay? So yeah, that would be the target in that case. And let's see here what we see for any additional things we are seeing here. So for hourly, let's see, okay? For hourly, RSI getting that 82. And just looking at the RSI, when we're at this levels, usually pulls back. Pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back, and yeah. So it's getting on that overvalued territory in that case, okay? So let's see here, guys. Let's see. You said, yeah, so this is the asymmetrical triangle. Maybe this can be a bull pennant in that case. That would be something like this in that case. I'm going to show you guys quickly. So let's see here. So a bull pennant would be something like this. Boom. And then like this. Bull pennant will give you a target in that case around 6 cents, 0.060 cents in that case will be here. That would be the target, okay? Now it's pumping in that case, so we're having an 8% move right now for today at this moment in that case. So right now, technically speaking, also for the next thing to expect, let's say we're gonna eventually retest this level again. Either it's gonna be now or later on in that case, because again, when we're making new all-time highs like this, price-wise and technically speaking, usually in order to confirm this as a proper breakout, first we have resistance here, We have resistance, resistance, a lot of resistance. When you have a lot of resistance like that, you usually break out, you confirm that previous resistance as new support, and that's where usually you would like to see a movement to the upside. If it does pump like this without properly retesting that, then be wary, because eventually it will retest that eventually. The timing of it, there's no way to say that. We can just have an estimate based on previous patterns, but what I can say for sure is that we're gonna retest that level, which will be in that case around 0.051 cents in that case. And that's where we're gonna have a, from there we're gonna evaluate how the price reacts, because if the price, let's say, confirms here support and properly holds that as support and then follows through, that's very, very bullish in that case, and that will indicate more upside in that case, okay? But based on the percentage and the bearish divergence, so based on the percentage pullbacks, the time it takes for the rapid recoveries, in my opinion, I don't see this lasting too much. Again, it's already mostly gassed out. Technically speaking, it looks like it can continue going to the upside in that case. And from there, the final targets at this moment can be all the way up around this 1.620 Fibonacci extension, 0.0639 cents in that case, okay? So now that we have various fake outs, just one fake out using the weekly yellow line, now the modification I will do for next trade in that case for the Kaspa price is I'm not going to short Kaspa if I see a 1 weekly body candle close below the yellow line, okay? I will only short Kaspa for next time if I see 2 weekly body candle closes below the yellow line, because based on what I'm seeing here, it did 1-2 recovery, and this is the first fake out, okay? So even if it happened one time, doesn't mean it's gonna happen every single time and most of the times. So it's not gonna happen most of the times. It still indicates with a high chance putting a trade below that, when a Kaspa price closes below that yellow line, still it's a very good trade to short still, okay? That's what the technicals say in that case, because 1-2, this is an exception, a pullback by a little bit, and this is another exception. So that's the first fake out it does for the Kaspa price in its history, and it's okay, because remember, this is not going to be 100% accuracy every single time. Eventually, very good indicators goes from 100 to 90%, and we will evaluate from there, okay? But from what I'm seeing here, yes, we're gonna have most likely a rejection here, and we're gonna watch how the Kaspa price reacts. Right now, resistance, 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 and resistance here. So we're having resistance right now on that line right now, guys, okay? So you need to watch out for that, guys. Again, if you're looking to dollar cost average, this is not financial advice, but in my view, I will not dollar cost average here, okay? Again, wait for the pullbacks, wait for this to pull back. It's going to pull back, guys. It's going to do that. But in this case, for Kaspa, you have to be very patient, because literally, it's moving very, very differently. Like, it's insane. Literally, it's insane how it's moving, because it's pulling back. Now it's pulling back a little bit, making all-time highs, pulling back even less, making all-time highs. So again, be very patient, guys, okay? Because you don't want to buy here and then for this to be the top, because again, technically speaking, I'm not expecting something like this. That's nothing in the charts. It's stating that nothing in that case, okay? The most I see, if it's going to continue going higher, if it breaks this resistance, then the next level would be this 1.620 Fibonacci extension. That would be 0.063 cents. But I still believe Kaspa is mostly already gassed out here or here, okay? So, and I didn't mention it's gonna be here or here. So yeah, we're around those levels in that case. So be very patient, guys. Wait for the pullback. Not financial advice, but that's what I'm doing. I already have money set up when Kaspa pulls back, because again, a 50% pullback from here. Let's see from here. Still, 50% will give you 0.027 cents. Okay, right now. Okay, and let's say that the Kaspa price reaches this level, 0.063 cents. Okay, we're gonna go here and here. 50% pullback will give you, in that case, still 0.031 cents. Yeah, around here. So still, it's a very good buying opportunity around that 2 cents and 3 cent area. Okay, and again, historically speaking, it does pull back 57% to 76%. So we're gonna do a 57% measure from here. That will be 0.023 cents. 76% will give you again 0.013 cents. So again, don't risk buying here to get just a little profit and then getting 57 to 76% pullback and wrecked like that. Okay, unless you're dollar cost averaging, it's okay. Then you can do that if you would like to at these levels. Okay, but there's smarter ways to dollar cost average, guys. Okay, wait for the 57% to 76% pullbacks. At least 50%, guys. Like, it's gonna pull back, guys. This is not, again, it's not going to keep doing this forever. Okay, it has to eventually do something like this. Okay, not that drastic necessarily, but something like this, and then boom, 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 and that's where you're gonna keep buying low and sell high. Not, this is high. So, and now we're getting that rejection. So we're seeing, so we're gonna go into 1 hour so we can see this trend line, guys. Let's see here. Okay, so we're getting there, guys. So we're getting to that trend line here. So that's very interesting. So okay, so now it's okay, let's see, 0.0567 cents right now, guys, that case. So that's very interesting. Okay, so we already made the movement. So look at that. So it already did the movement. So I already had this asymmetrical triangle drawn out before this new all-time high. So I literally drew this yesterday, literally. So to one of my Patreon members, I remember. So, and let's see here. Look at that, 0.0, boom. Okay, so again, we already fulfilled the target. So after fulfilling targets like this, expect a rejection, especially on this, again, trend line resistance, and it can happen something like this. Like, we can go above the trend line and still, break down, boom, and again, rejection, breakdown, and here we're very close here, guys. Okay, so yeah, guys, be very patient. I know that it's like I have been saying, oh my gosh, so Kaspa is gonna pull back because of the yellow line, and it's now not pulling back because it's doing literally things for the first time. So that's why we're using technical analysis to predict the most likely outcome in that case, or the most likely scenario in the future. Okay, and now we're not gonna use too much the 1 weekly. Now we can use the 5 daily. Why the 5 daily, guys? Quickly, because the 5 daily, again, it's more accurate from what I'm seeing here, or the 4 daily. Why the 4 daily? Because this, I'm gonna show you guys quickly. Okay, so I can see that using the 4 daily, yes, closest below the yellow line, pullback, closest below the light blue line, more pullback, closest above both, support, pump, below yellow line, below the light blue line, support here, follow through, and here, let's see, okay, and here, above the yellow line, pump, and above the light blue line, pump, below the yellow line, then dump to the light blue line, and then pump above the yellow line, close below the yellow line, and that's where we get the light blue. So far, the more high percentage movements we're seeing it here, guys. Okay, so we're seeing here, guys, that this yellow line is getting respected because we're getting that follow through below the yellow line, light blue supports, and then support pump in that case. So for the simple moving averages, this light blue line would be more important at this moment than the weekly, which is so weird to say because it usually works backwards. But hey, this is what I'm seeing in that case, okay? So when we get that 2 to 4 daily body candle closes below the light blue line, that's where we're gonna have that pullback, in that case, to this level. At this moment, 0.034 cents in that case, okay? So, and look at that, guys. We're having that pump. So, look at that. We're going above. So, we have a 15% pump from there. And now, again, next target would be 0.60. If this can still hold above here, next level will be 0.063 cents in that case, okay? It will be this range here, okay? So, still, it's a 4 daily, so be very patient, guys. Wait for the confirmations. What I mean by confirmations, wait at least 2 to 4 daily body candle closes above here for this to continue going higher in that case, okay? So, and if it gets rejected from here, again, this will be the levels, okay? And this is more kind of for the long term / midterm. If we see that pullback very soon in that case, then this will be the next levels to take into consideration, okay? Because if we go to the weekly here, let's see. So if it does pull back from here, let's say, I'm not saying it's gonna do it right now, I'm just saying for the future, okay? When it finally decides to do something like this, or from here do something like this, when it breaks this support, that's where we're gonna get a price target all the way down to around 0.022 cents in that case, okay? When it does that, okay? So we have a 1 weekly above here. So also that's bullish at this moment. So it's also look for the daily or 1 to 2 weekly body candle closes above this line. And that's where we're gonna have more continuation to the upside in that case, okay? So yeah, that's what I'm mostly seeing for the Kaspa price, guys. So technically speaking, that's what I'm seeing. My expectation still, let's see on the R side, still lower high here, like you can see here, this high, substantial new high here in that case. And let's go to the 5 daily. Let's go 5 daily. So it did go above here, that's cool, but still bearish divergence here, bearish divergence here, okay? Still can do something like that in that case, okay? So 4 daily, and here on the 4 daily, let's see, still lower highs by a lot, but too much. Again, guys, watch out. I know it's very easy to get very emotional here, but be very patient, guys. Again, be very patient and make your own plan, trade your plan, invest in your plan. I'm just presenting information. You can do whatever you want with what you're hearing in that case, but I just want to make you aware of all these different scenarios in that case. So I already have my plan. Again, I don't care if this makes a new all-time high here. I'm still expecting for this not to be it's not gonna be too much of a new all-time high in that case from what we're seeing here. Again, from here to here, new all-time high, 21%, 26%, 35%, okay? And if we want to use just the previous all-time high here, new all-time high, 21.25%. And then using this new all-time high, 4%, okay? And using the previous all-time high here, now 7%. So again, guys, be very patient. Be aware of what I'm saying here in that case and make your own plan in that case, okay? Wait a second, guys. I want to see if we're making something like this. Okay, so this is interesting. So it's maybe forming, let's see. Okay. I'm not gonna use too much patterns for Kaspa because based on history, Kaspa usually doesn't follow patterns a lot. At least for like asymmetrical triangles, things like that, most of the times, it usually doesn't do that most of the times, okay? It did in this case, but what I'm referring to, double top patterns are what usually Kaspa follows in that case. Double top patterns like what you're seeing here in this case, like double top, pullback. In this case, this was a bull flag, boom, double top, dump, and then let's see here quickly, guys, okay? Here we saw a double top also, and let's see here. Yeah, it's just, there's not many patterns in that specific way for Kaspa. It's mostly simple moving averages in that case, horizontal levels, percentage pullbacks, Fibonacci retracements in that case. But yeah, that's what I'm seeing so far for the Kaspa price, guys. And yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. If you enjoyed this YouTube video, guys, leave a like, comment, and share this YouTube video with your friends. Also subscribe to my YouTube channel, Crypto Solutions, if you haven't subscribed yet, guys. And also, guys, click the bell notifications to stay ahead in the cryptocurrency market using my cryptocurrency technical analysis YouTube video, guys. And also, guys, if you need help in the cryptocurrency market, had any questions, investing in short-term, mid-term, and long-term, I have an elite VIP crypto investor membership, which I cover 2 to 3 times per week. Technical analysis on various cryptocurrencies. It can be Bitcoin, XRP, Ethereum, Chainlink. It can be HETS, it can be Binance, it can be Quant, ISO 222 tokens, it can be IOTA, XLM, etc. And I also post it's like a signals kind of thing, but it's more towards me showing you what I'm doing in this case, which is trading in the short term and mid term. I put on trading opportunities, which I'm going to show you right now, which are right here when you're seeing the midterm personal trading opportunities. Like this, I update you guys on my trading opportunities and when I'm looking to buy or take profits or sell. Also, when I'm doing dollar cost averaging, I also notify when I'm buying and selling which specific cryptocurrencies. This is not financial advice. But this can be used as educational, investigation, and also entertainment. So, and also, if you have any specific questions about how if this cryptocurrency is good, what about this one? Will it be in the future? What will be the most likely outcomes? Things like that. I can definitely help you with that. I also take into consideration the total solar eclipses, the total lunar eclipses, the Shemitah cycles, and other very, very important indicators which I personally use to determine near bottoms and near tops in the bear markets and bull markets for the Bitcoin price. So yeah, if you need help, you can definitely click in the Patreon link in the description below, patreon.com/crypto solutions, and that's how it works usually. Like I have the $50 per month in this case crypto portfolio investment review, but that will be just one payment, so it will not be a per month basis. It will be just one verification. So if you're interested, you can definitely click on my Patreon link in the description below, Crypto Solutions. It will be patreon.com/crypto solutions, and I will see you guys there. I really appreciate it, guys, and I will help you as much as possible. I will see you right now there, guys. Have a nice day, guys, and take care, guys. Thank you so much for watching this YouTube video, guys. Have a nice day, guys. Take care, guys, and peace out, guys.